4 months ago, we put everything we owned into storage and set out on a travel adventure of a lifetime.
Our journey brings us to Boston. We've actually been like out and about around the state, but today we're gonna eat all the foods that Boston has to offer. We're gonna be trying like all the famous Boston places to eat and some of those iconic foods like Boston baked beans. They're not just a candy. I learned that yesterday, so let's do it. We're here at the Boston Public Market. We're gonna be trying a place called Union Square Donuts that's located inside. Their little donut stand is just so tiny and cute. They do have 3 other locations, but Boston Public Market is definitely worth checking out. They have all kinds of unique local crafts in addition to all the different foods that they offer. So if you're looking for gifts or you know, souvenirs or something, definitely check this place out because they have a lot of really unique stuff, and I guess it's all produced in New England.
I picked this place because they had some pretty interesting flavors, so I had to try one of the fun ones, which is a key lime pie donut. It's got like a graham cracker crust on it. Also has the lime curd inside.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I got one that has a brown butter icing and hazelnuts on top of it. It just seemed kind of unique. I've never had anything like this before, so. So good. I don't know, I think that both are a delight and so different, but Jeremy's key lime one is just so like tart and just like the essence of key lime pie, but in a donut. I love it. I love it. I don't know. It's a toss-up which one I like better, but maybe that one. Jeremy also got us a Pride related donut. They have a couple of them right now. This one, the funfetti one, whew, it is so yummy. That buttercream frosting in the middle is a delight. And by getting their Pride donuts, they donate part of the proceeds to a local LGBTQ plus organization.
We've been on the road full time for about 4 months, and we really love checking out donuts in the different towns we've been in, and we always are a little worried that we're gonna get disappointed, but this one is definitely not one that disappoints. It's great. And if you'd like to see some of the other places that we've tried, click on the card up above me.
We initially were gonna do this day in a completely different order, but we got stuck in that Boston traffic, and we wanted to make sure we got the donuts before they closed, because they closed first. And right here behind us is one of our later stops, but we're gonna go there next. We're gonna get some chowder. This entire block is actually filled with neat, old-timey like restaurants and pubs, and I think our friend was telling us that that's one of the oldest bars around too. But we're going right here to the old Union Oyster House.
This is the oldest continually operated restaurant in America, but we just went and talked to them, and Carly can't even sit outside, so we're gonna have to get our chowder somewhere else.
We're gonna stop at an important spot on the Freedom Trail, the Chipotle. No, but in all honesty, this Chipotle was the old corner bookstore. It was a meeting place for a lot of authors like Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, Ralph Waldo Emerson, Charles Dickens. Yeah, lots of people with 3 names and some with just 2. But yeah, so it is funny that now it is a Chipotle, so you can eat at the historic Chipotle, which Jeremy's not a fan of. So we will move on to real Boston food.
We have now made it to our real next destination, the Beantown Pub. If you're in Boston, you kind of have to try Boston baked beans, right?
Our friends over in the UK probably have a more similar bean situation to Boston than what a lot of Americans do. My idea of beans is something that you have with like potato salad or like a hot dog. It's like a very southern barbecue thing. But here in Boston, they have their own take on them where they're baked, not steamed like the kinds you would find in a can. And they're made with, I think, like pork and molasses, which I can smell the molasses right now. It smells phenomenal. Oh, those are really good. You can really taste the molasses. They're a lot less sweet than like what you would find in a can. They are really good. They're really like, they have a subtle sweetness, but it's not too sweet. It's typical that they come with like a brown bread, which is like, at first I thought this was like a sausage patty or something. It looks like it has raisins in it. Oh, that's really good. I love that this bread is like got a little bit of a sweetness to it. It's like nice and crusty on the outside. Yeah, I bet it's a delight with the beans, which it is a delight with the beans.
I agree with you. It's not quite as sweet, but still really good. I need to try it with the brown bread now. That's really pleasant. Not sure what I was expecting, but I don't think it was that, but it's good. I like it. We also got the New England clam chowder. There's a lot of clams in it. Nice seasoning. Yeah, it's good.
As someone from the Pacific Northwest, I have had a lot of delightful chowders in my time. However, I am noticing that this one has a lot of clams in it, probably more than any chowder I've ever seen before. I don't know exactly how I feel about that. I'm not the biggest fan of clams, but we'll see. Oh yeah, that's really good. It has a great flavor. It's not too like seafoody. It's really just like a nice creamy potato soup with some clams, and they're nice clams. They're like not, they're fresh. They taste nice. So yeah, I'm pleasantly happy, surprised, not surprised. I was hoping it would be good. I don't know. It's good. It's good. You also got the Sam Adams like seasonal summer ale, right?
Yeah.
How do you like it?
It's really nice. It's light. It's kind of got a citrusy note to it. Yeah, it's pretty good.
The clam chowder is Carly approved. We do have more food to eat, so let's do that. Another very Boston thing, Dunkin' Donuts. We just took a nice little stroll through the Freedom Trail, at least part of it, and we are heading to our next destination, but man, I just have to stop here and just take in the gorgeous skyline. It's so pretty. So cute. And it's funny because like right over there is like downtown. It's like bustling, it's busy, and you get over here and it's just quiet and peaceful.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. I think this might be like their little Italy kind of.
That makes sense. It smells like a little Italy. Yeah, pasta and Italian things all down the street. I guess it makes sense that the North End is Boston's little Italy because the place that we're going is actually Italian for desserts. Can only believe it? No. After waiting in a line around the block, we remembered that we forgot to get cash. We are at the end of our parking slot, so we're just gonna come back tomorrow and we'll be ready for some cannoli then. Can only believe it. Can only believe we forgot cash. It's our second day eating all of the iconic Boston foods. We have some treats to try today, but we're starting today walking more of the Freedom Trail. The North End here is just lovely. I love how historic everything is. There's all these like really beautiful brick buildings, these little narrow streets, and even the 7-Eleven is like old-timey cute. So it's a win, it's a win. It's finally time for us to have Mike's Pastry. The North End is full of all of these little outdoor patios, at least right now. However, Mike's Pastry is so popular that what could be an outdoor patio is a queue for a line. So we came over to this little park. It has gorgeous views of the city and it has just really nice vibes. There's these giant adult swings, like benches that you can swing on, and yeah, it's really nice. So we're gonna try our cannolis here. It's like a puzzle, and the reward is that you get to eat delightful things.
Hey. Mike's Pastry's been around for 75 years making delicious baked goods. They are most well known for their cannoli, which we are gonna try today.
They had so many cannoli flavors. It was like 20 choices, and I had trouble picking, but we ended up getting a ricotta cannoli, a peanut butter cannoli, and a chocolate chip cannoli, which she told me is their most popular one. So we're gonna try them all. That filling is wonderful. It's just nice and creamy and sweet. Yum. The shell, the cannoli, I don't know, do you call that the cannoli shell? It's nice and crusty. It's pretty good. It's almost like, I feel like these are different. We had cannolis in New York at a couple different places, and I feel like these almost taste more like a tostada or something. They're like crispier than the ones we had in New York.
Simple, creamy, sweet, and the wrapper, whatever you want to call it, is nice and crisp and crunchy. Yeah, that's good.
Methodically trying to eliminate an issue at a time. Yeah.
That peanut butter one is ridiculous. It was just so rich and creamy. I love the just like little bit of chocolate drizzle. You're really gonna like that one, Jeremy.
That peanut butter one is dangerous. A little bit of, just like a little touch of chocolate and that crispy shell, but the ricotta's peanut butter flavored, and I love it. The filling with just like a hint of chocolate, that's really good too.
I can see why that one's most popular, because it's really nice. It's like just a hint of that chocolate flavor, but it's not overpowering. It really lets like the actual cannoli itself shine. So that one's really nice.
But that peanut butter one, that's got me. They also make Boston cream pie, which is a quintessential Boston thing. It's really more of a cake though. It's layers of butter cake with a cream filling, which is then topped off with chocolate.
It's sad because in the time that we were trying the cannoli, the Boston cream pie is already like melted in the hot, hot sun.
And we don't have a fork, so this is probably gonna be a big old mess.
It smells so good. It's like a nice, like buttery vanilla smell. Why isn't every cake this delicious? This is probably like, in general, just as like a cake, the best cake I've ever had. It's so moist. And the cream filling is just like perfect. Yeah, they should make every cake a Boston cream pie because, wow, that's wonderful. It's quite messy, especially now that it's melted, but you know, no forks, no napkins, no regrets. I don't think anything tops that Boston cream pie, but their cannolis are really good. And like, they fill them to the brim, which I cannot say about all the cannoli places that we've tried. Mike's Pastry's, worth the hype. Pretty much every place that we've gone to while we've been here in Boston. Our next food stop is right off the Freedom Trail. It is Quincy Market, which is this market that's been around since I think 1824. And although it originally opened as a market that sold a lot of like produce and dairy and things like that, now it is full of all kinds of awesome vendors. We actually ate here the other day with my friend. My friend, I don't know if I mentioned, my friend flew from Portland and came out and visited us here in Boston, and so I think part of our videos have been like a little bit of a jumble because we've kind of just been like doing stuff with her in between. But one of the things that we did was we did walk part of the Freedom Trail, and we came here and we ate food, and we're back. we're back for some more food. This time we are trying some lobster, and I told Jeremy get some lobster something, just pick something out, and he picked a grilled cheese. A lobster grilled cheese. I don't think I've ever in my life had a lobster grilled cheese, and in my head I was thinking like, okay, lobster grilled cheese, like it'll be like mostly cheese, maybe a little lobster. Quite the opposite. It's like all lobster. There's cheese in there, but it's harder to find than the lobster. Cheers. Yum. That is amazing. We've had some really good lobster lately. That is some of like the freshest, softest lobster that we've had, even here on the East Coast where the lobster is great. Yeah, and I would never have thought to put it in a grilled cheese, but it's lovely.
I might like that better than any of the lobster rolls we've had.
I agree. We've tried Abbott's in Connecticut. We've tried Arnold's in Cape Cod. But yeah, I agree with Jeremy. Like, not only is the lobster itself like really nice, but just like a grilled cheese is like the perfect vessel. I love a lobster roll, but man, I think this might be my new favorite way to eat lobster. And Carly likes it too because we keep dropping chunks for her. It is just such a nice, quiet day here today at Quincy Market too. Probably because it is probably gonna rain any moment now. It was like a happening fun time when we were here the other day. But we did see a really cool street performer named Snap Boogie, who was great, very entertaining, and we got to see a lot of the Freedom Trail. We went to Boston Common. My friend, her one request when we came to Boston, because she'd been multiple times before, but she had never ridden the swan boats, and for $4.50 you can take a lovely little like hand pedaled, like they pedal the little swan boats around the lake. It was the perfect way to really like kick off our start to Boston. We definitely wanted to film more and see and do more, but I think between the rain, there's a big dark rain cloud coming over. We're probably gonna need to leave soon, but we do have a little bit more of Massachusetts to see before we head on north to Maine. So make sure that you are subscribed. Check out this playlist if you haven't seen this one yet, and we'll talk to you soon.
Nice. That's nice. I've had. It's really nice. I've had my share of